So yesterday's class we discussed how to implement Bootstrap here and container classes, typography. Similarly, how to work with different type of text colors, background colors, spinners. All these things we discussed yesterday. Now let's see some more things here, like images in Bootstrap. So what exactly they are? Now let's see. If we want to apply any properties or any styles for images, Bootstrap, it has provided a set of classes for us. Bootstrap has provided a set of classes for us. So, what are the different classes that are provided by Bootstrap? Now, let's see here. What are the different classes that are provided by Bootstrap? Now, let's see here. I'll show. So, plenty of classes were provided by Bootstrap here for our program. Let's see what are the classes they have given. Like, like I will take for IMG. IMG SRC equals to, I'll take 1.jpg. Then I'll use some property width, some 200, height 200. Let's try to run the page. So normally it will apply. Okay, what I can do here, body tag, I'll use some property style equal to px, some margin value. I'll use some property like this. Now, what are the classes that are provided that we can use on Bootstrap? First, we have like img class equals to. If we want to apply any styles, we can write here class equal to. There is a class provided that is rounded. So that first of all, I will use a normal image here. No class, nothing. Then I'll use a rounded image. So can we find any difference? Just what I will do, I will try to change the properties. A little bigger I will give. Now, can you find any difference between the normal image and the image with rounded property? When we observe carefully here, the corners of the image, rounded property, will have a slight curve provided. Corners, they are provided a slight curve there. So that's what you can't find much curve, a very, very small curve there we can see. So that's the property given. Next, I will use like img class equals to. There is a property provided rounded circle. So that when we use this property, The image completely placed circle, like it was displayed as a circle here. So that's it. Means when we see the background radius property 50%, it will have the background radius property 50% like this. Then we have one more property given when we see img class equal image thumbnail. So when we use this property image thumbnail, then we can have the image like this. Then we have the image like this. A white color border, the image even the size will be small. A white color border, it will be displayed. So that's the thumbnail image we call it. So that's one thing. That is one thing what we can do with Bootstrap like this. Next, what are the properties provided? img src equals to 1.jpg. Okay, width 200, height 200. Now what I can do, I can use a class here for the image, class equal to. So what class I will use here is like float right. I want to place the image exactly to the right side of the page. Exactly to right side of the page. Then we can use the property float right. Exactly the image is placed at the right of the page. Suppose I want to place the image exactly towards left hand. Then we can use a property float left. The image is placed exactly towards left of the page. It will be placed. There is one more property provided here. What is that? Suppose if I want to place the image exactly in the center of the page, exactly in the center of the page, then we can use the property that is D block MX auto. So D block, display block, means it's a block level element. So it will be displayed within the line. MX auto means margin auto. To the left and right side of the elements, it will take equal distance so that it is placed exactly center of the elements. Like that, if we want to apply any properties here, if we want to apply any properties here, so then we can use a thing like this. This is the way we can. So images, if we want to apply the styles, then we can use the property here like this. That's one example we can. Next what? Let's see the next thing here, tables in Bootstrap. Suppose that I want to work with the tables. Okay, what I will do, now let's see. Just I will try to design a table here. Table tag I will use. Inside the table tag, I'll take tr, th, some heading 70. Next I'll take tr tags for presenting the data like tr. Just I'll write like Just take some values here like this. So when we run a table, normally it appears like this. A table normally it appears like this. So if we want to present any data as a table, like now let's try to use the properties one by one. So just what I will use, table class equal to, they have provided a class called table. This is how it will appear. Means by default in Bootstrap, what happens is, by default in Bootstrap, what happens is, by default, each table will have 100% width. The table, it will occupy 100% width of the screen. That's a table class we can have. It will occupy 100%. Then what are the properties? Other properties we can apply. We have something like table bordered. Actually, when we run this page, we can't find any borders there. Now, when I say table bordered, now we'll have the borders displayed here like this. Next, there are some other properties available like table stripped. Table stripped means you can have like this. Alternate rows, they will have some background color like that. Alternate rows, they'll have some background color like this. Next, I will have like table hover. When we use a property table hover, that's what happens. So when the mouse pointer enters onto a row, then you can see that hovering effect like this. Then you can use other properties also. If I say like table primary, so that color will apply. So table success. So you can give the colors like table success, like whatever you want, we can give it. So suppose I will say like table dark, it will present like this. So black background with light letters. So how we want to present the data, we can specify here like this. These are the different properties we can use. And suppose first row, if I want to highlight, then I can use like previously we said like BG dark, background dark color and text white color like this. So only that particular row will have that effect. Only that particular row will have that effect. So we can define whatever the properties we want. What properties we want to apply for it. Just we can apply like this. This is what exactly happened. Applying the properties on the text. Applying the properties on the text. Like how? This is the way we can. And each row, if you want to have a different color, like this row, like class equal to text primary. That class will have some effect there. Hmm? And this particular column, like I want to have something like class equal to PG danger. So whatever we want, we can specify there. Particular columns, if we want to highlight them, then we can use there just like this. And of course, because it is PG success, then I can write text like. So individually rows, we can define the properties. So columns, we can define the properties. Individual TH tag. So whatever the elements you want, we can apply the properties there like this. So if we want to apply any styles on tables, just we can have. And of course, by default, even if we are using TH tags, the text is aligned left. Now suppose if I want to align the content center, then I'll use the property text center. All the data, it is placed at the center of the page like this. So that's it. So we can define properties for the entire table, or we can define properties for a specific row, for a specific cell. So how we want to define the properties, we can define there. So applying properties on table, this is one more way we can implement here like this. So that is one. Next step. Next we have like buttons in Bootstrap. So how to use buttons in Bootstrap? Now let's see. Suppose I want to use buttons in Bootstrap here. Button. So just I will take something like click me. If no class is used, if no property is used, a button will display normally like this. Okay, we can say like here what I will do. I'll take the style tag and for buttons, I'll give some margin there. I'll give some margin for the buttons like this. Click me, just a very normal button. No style, nothing. Even when we are clicking on that button, you cannot see any effect there. You cannot see any effect like any animation. Whenever you click on the button, you'll have that clicking animation. That effect it will not show. Now, what classes we can use here? Now, let's see. Button, what we can do. Class equal to, there is a class called btn provided. There is a class called btn provided. Now the button looks like this. Now the button looks like this. So that now when I click on this button, actually you cannot find that button related shape there. But when you click on that text, so generally we call it an outline button. Generally we call it an outline button. So you can have that button as an outline there. Like that it will print outline button we call. When you click on it, you can see that outline like that. And if required, we can use the properties one by one. Button, button primary. So that's it. Button primary. Next step, use the colors. Whatever the colors you want, you can use them one by one. Button secondary, success, warning, so danger, info, button light, button dark. All properties we can use like this between the buttons. And there are some more properties provided here. On these buttons, they have provided some more properties. So what are they? When we see here, like, so with the success button, I'm using button SM. Button SM means you can see a small button. So this is the default button size. This red color or blue color, this is the default size. But when I say button SM, then we have the button like this. A small button, it will appear. Now, this is secondary button. I'll use a property button LG. So we can have a big button here. So this is the actual size of button. but this is button LG, this is button SM. So the sizes we can show like this. The button sizes represented here. So this way we can create buttons. And there are some more ways how we can create buttons in Bootstrap. There are some other ways how we can implement buttons in Bootstrap, like when we see. So here, like instead of button primary something, I can write like button outline primary. Button outline primary. You will have that outline like style. Then we can use this button outline secondary. Next, outline success, outline warning, info, danger, like that. So when you move the mouse pointer, reverse appearance. When we move the mouse pointer, reverse appearance, they will be displayed like. So button primary, button secondary. So the styles of buttons we can see here like this. That way they will present the data. And not only that, actually buttons different ways we can create. Like the first one, button class equal to button primary. So you are writing like click me. Otherwise, next one is what? You can take like input type equal to button, value equals to click me. And this can also be created as a button there. Input type equal to button, so it will appear like this, a button element. Now you can have that effect. But here also I can use some class equal to button primary, like this. So now this is also a button. This is a normal button tag, this is input. Even a hyperlink also can be created here. Ahref equal to hash. So dummy hyperlink there, dummy hyperlink there. So just I will write here like home. Or just I'll say go to home, some text. Now these are hyperlink. Actually, you can see. Generally in Bootstrap, hyperlinks are displayed like that. Generally in Bootstrap, hyperlinks are displayed like this. So blue color, and when you move the mouse pointer, you can see that underline. Now for this also, anchor tag, I can use class equal to button primary like this. Actually, it's a hyperlink. When you move the mouse pointer, so actually you cannot observe the difference there. But this is a hyperlink actually. That hyperlink data we have created as a button. Now let's see, like W3 schools, any page you go. Now you have this home. Actually, this is a hyperlink there. Next, this is also a hyperlink, but they are displayed as button style. Start learning Java now. These also a button. Hyperlinks. Hyperlinks, they are displayed with button style. Hyperlinks, they are displayed with button styles. They are presented like. So if we want to work with buttons in Bootstrap, so this is the way how we can means, this is the way we can implement like this. This is one more thing about Bootstrap, how to we can write like this. Next step. Bootstrap has provided some special elements called cards. Bootstrap has provided some special elements called cards. Bootstrap cards, we call them. What are they will say? Generally, when we see some shopping website, like suppose I will go for Amazon.com. Okay, Amazon.com or Flipkart somewhere I'll go and I'll click on a particular icon. Suppose there is a watch provided. Just I'll click on it. So when we see here, the product details, they are printed in the form of some box like there is an image available and some description about the product available. There is an image, some description of the product available. Like that, they are providing the things. So buy now something like even when you go to like any job related websites where you are adding your profiles. And similarly, when we see something like matrimonial sites also, where the person's profile is presented, matrimonial sites also, there also you can have all these things like this. There also you can have all these things like this. So that implementation we call Bootstrap. In Bootstrap, we call them cards. In Bootstrap, we call them cards here like this. So let's see how the content is presented here. Just only thing, if you have any requirement, just you can go through it. Just select on it, you can apply. So this is what exactly we call here a person's profile. So this is card image. This is card heading. This is the card body, some description and a profile button. Actually, it's a hyperlink. It's a hyperlink. Different colors, which way you want to present, just you can write like this. Different colors, which way you want to present, you can write like this. Just I'll show see here. Suppose I have taken something like div. I have used the card properties. So what properties they have given? Okay, now let's see like src equal to, I'll write like one.jpg, some image earlier. First, we are using something like div class equals to card. Means that you are creating a card element here. So what is the width of that card? Style you can specify. So how much width you want, you can specify. Then you can have some image tag available. So when you are running that, you are providing the details of some product. If it is a professional site like profile related card, you keep the person's image. It is shopping related, you place the product image. So card class equal to card image top. Actually, this is not mandatory. Okay, even if you are not giving card image top, so still it will appear. Okay, they have given a property. SRC equals to one.jpg. This is the image. Alt equals to card image. That's the alternate text. So first we have the image available. Next what? Next we have the card body. Card body means we'll write some description about that. This card body, it contains mainly two things. One is the card title. Card title means you are providing the details of some person. Like here you are providing some image there. A person, whatever it is, you can write. Just what I can do. Okay, just I'll copy some image into the folder. So faculty2.jpg. Now what I'll do? I'm providing some faculty data. src equals to faculty2.jpg. Faculty name it will appear. Even you can define the dimensions also, like width. Okay, it is occupying 400 pixels. Height, you can give some 200 something like. Okay, something you can edit it, you can place here. So we can adjust. Okay, 300 pixel like this. If required for this image, you can apply some border also. So style equal to that image has some border like this. Next what? Now the person's name like this. So card text you can place here. So senior faculty in computer science department. Some description about that person. Having 30 plus years of experience in something you can write. Academic and some description about the person. Then if we want to see more information, you can write like profile, see profile. So you can see it was created as a hyper. Like that, the details about the persons, just we can present here like this. The same way I can take one more div tag. So card image top. So just I can write here. Where is SRC? One, something like. Oh, faculty one not available. Just I'll copy. So like that you can present the data. I'll save this image also. I'll save this image also. Now refresh the page. Faculty one, faculty two. But they are displaying one by one. So if you want to display them there, so what I will do, I'll use a property called, I'll declare the styles there. Dot div card. So a card element. Dot div card I have given. I'll use the property float left. So here class equal to card div card elements. You can use the CSS styles and everything. Card div card elements. Use it underscore symbol. Now they are printed side by side. Okay, if you want, you can declare some margin also. So margin. Okay, we can. So like this, we can present the data. The profile details of the people, we can present it like this. Okay, depending on the width, just you can apply there here like. So here there is a property provided image class equal to card image top. Actually, I told you this is not mandatory, but Bootstrap has provided a class here. And suppose if I want to have that image, if I want to have that image after the description, then I can write like this. Here the name will come and then a profile button, then image. So two ways we can define there. Two ways we can define there the properties here like. So image you can place at the top and then description. Image we can place after the description. So two ways we can define it here. Next, not only that, what we can see, just see here. What I will do here is, actually here, because the image is placed at the top, they have created card image top. So here I am placing the image at the bottom. So they provided a class card image bottom. So whether the class is used or not, there is no difference. If you use the class, okay, it will print. If you are not using also, it will. The only thing is, what is that is, like you have the first here I have used image tag and then the description. So that's why it appeared. Here, first I have used description and then image. This class has no work there. Now see, I am removing it. Class equal to card image bottom. Here, class equal to card image top. I am removing. Can you find any difference in the output? No difference there. So no difference provided. But Bootstrap it has created a classes particularly to identify the position of this. Hmm? So cards in Bootstrap, how they are implemented. This is one more thing, how we can use with cards. Cards particularly any descriptions about products or persons profiles, such type of things we can present here like this. So that's what. Just remember, if I want to apply all these properties, if I want to apply all these properties using CSS. So how many properties, CSS properties we have to use? Let's see, we will check here. Suppose here I will write like cards in CSS. Okay, I want to display cards in CSS. Let's see whether the option is provided or not. How to create a card in CSS. Okay, now they are providing. Let's scroll down. So just a person profile like this. So how to create a card? First you are taking some div element inside image, inside some description about that. Paragraph, heading, everything is same. And then, okay, now when we go here, with rounded corners they are showing. Okay, just Even they are not using any button. See here. CSS, just they have provided the content. They have not provided any buttons like this. Like how we have buttons here. No such buttons. Okay. Just go there. Try it yourself. So now let's see what properties they are using. Let's see what properties they are using. Dot cart. Dot cut. Of course, they are using a shadow property also. Here we don't find any shadow, right? If required, we can use, no problem. So box shadow 0, 4px, 8px is 0, RGBA, some color they have given. Transition means just like transparency. This is one effect. So width of the card. Card hover. So when we move the mouse pointer, what is happening? The shadow is increasing, right? Card hover, box shadow. Actually, it was 4px, 8px. Now it is 8px, 16px. That's what. Container, padding 2px, 16px. They're writing the classes there. Container means what? This description. This description, John Doe, architect, engineer, like that. These properties they have used. The description, these properties they have used. Suppose that I want to have some button also here. So if you want to have some button, then what you have to do? Okay, let's see here. After this development, I'll take one more development here, slash div. So button C profile slash button. Okay, run. Now button added, just a normal button. If you want to apply styles, then use them. Button. What is their color? So white. Then background color. Some bluish color there. If you want to have that bluish color, so just go to HTML color codes. How to get that color? Just go to HTML color codes. Just try to get that color there. See, if you want to do these things manually, that's what you have to do there. Okay, I think this is the color. Maybe a little bit it match. Okay, so where is this? Background color, I used the property. Run. When I say run, now you can see profile. Okay, still changes. Border. So 3px solid white. So how we have borders? No border there. Even it's blue only. Okay. So instead of black, I'll say blue. You can have it. But still not proper. Okay, still not proper. So border. So see, that's what. Even they have some sharp corners. So border radius. Suppose I have given 5px. Run. A little bit, but not up to. But is not up to, but a little bit. Yeah, you can clearly see the difference. Here the button appear like this. Here it is appearing like this. So with CSS we can do, but what is the problem there? If we want to apply the styles like that, we have to use plenty of properties we have to use it. This will make our code more complex. But with Bootstrap, what they have done, all these properties they have provided as built-in selectors. All the styles they have created as predefined selectors. So whatever the classes we want, just we can implement them directly. So one of the useful thing that can be helpful in your real-time applications, Bootstrap cards, how you can implement like this. Clear up to here? Okay. So what you do is just go to W3 schools and you try to learn. You try to learn these things. So know more about what Bootstrap navs. So navbar in Bootstrap. How to create a navbar in Bootstrap that you find there. Okay, how to create navbars. Similarly, plenty of things are there. So whatever we want, we can implement there. So navbars we can use. Then drop downs in Bootstrap. They may help you. They may help you. So whenever you are working with some application, these elements may help you. Like this drop downs. Similarly, we can have like I think paginations. So progress bars, badges, everything is there. Paginations. This is what exact. First page, last page. Okay, previous page like that. We can use paginations there. So generally, when we see here, when there are multiple pages available, so paginations like that we can use. Then you can have something like badges. I think it will also help you. Badges means something like this, some highlighted text. Like for example, badges, what exactly means? Pill badges, circular badges, you can have something like whenever we see, like for example, uh, you see your emails, unread messages. Okay, now read messages, number of unread messages, something like that. It will provide some count like that. Okay, unread messages, you can see some number. So 10 messages unread. You can see some text with the number 10 like. We call them badges. Of course. So plenty of things they have provided here. So which one will help us means now bars definitely they will help us. Progress bars they are not required. But if you want to learn more, you can use drop downs these things. But one important thing which will help us is forms in Bootstrap. How to work with the forms in Bootstrap. At the same time, not only creating forms. So validations also. Not only forms, making like implementing validations also on forms. At the same time, like Bootstrap, in the front end designing, we'll be using one more library that is Font Awesome library. So what is this Font Awesome? So how it is useful in that front end design? So two more important things are there. These two things we'll discuss in the tomorrow session. And from Monday onwards, we will start one of the most important, one of the most fundamental programming language that is for web development, that is JavaScript. So tomorrow we'll see forms, how to work with forms, how to make form validations, all these things we'll see in the tomorrow session. And from Monday onwards, we'll start the concepts of JavaScript.